So good day to you all. So today we are continuing our series on the 10 money making opportunities in real estate. In part 1, we looked at real estate development, the opportunities in real estate development, and how one can set up real estate development company and start running it efficiently and use it as a vehicle to build wealth. In part 2, we looked at real estate investment trust, and we found out that it's a model where all you do is basically put your money, and your money will be working for you. You don't need to be physically involved in the processes. You invest your money, and at the end of the day, the company gives you dividend on your investment. And the good thing we found about real estate investment trust is that you can even be here in Nigeria and invest outside the country. Where we saw that day that real estate investment trust is very, very popular in the United States. We're going to look at real estate brokerage. So before we go, it's important to look at this quote from Jason Opehin. So he says, success in real estate comes when you understand the market, know your clients, and always look for the next opportunity. So the opportunity involved in real estate is limitless, and that is basically what this man is saying. One, you need to understand the market, and that is the essence of this training in the first place. You need to understand the market, know your client. What kind of client are you looking for? And then you look for the next opportunity. Opportunity is always there every day to make money in real estate. So who is a real estate broker? A person acting as intermediary between the parties buying and selling real estate. They are sometimes called real estate agent or simply a realtor. So please, for the purpose of this training, I'm going to use real estate broker. But if somebody mention real estate agent or say I'm a realtor, it's the one and the same thing. Do you understand me? Okay. So real estate brokerage is very profitable fee-based business when properly set up and run efficiently. So basically, as a realtor or a real estate broker, your money comes from fees. You are not doing development. You are not buying property, and you are not using your own money and buying property, developing or selling. Rather, people pay you when you buy property for them or when you sell property for them. So does not require capital to start. It's one of the real estate business that you really don't need money to start it. I know somebody will, maybe when we go to the next slide, somebody will say, how about renting office, registered company? You can start real estate brokerage just by selling for people. You have not registered the company. Then the first sale you make, you use the money and register your company and open an office. So you can practically start real estate brokerage company without any money. Okay. Real estate brokerage involves the acquisition and the disposal of all kinds of real estate assets. Due to the wide nature of real estate business, it is best to have a niche and concentrate on it. Each time we are talking about real estate, because the business is wide, there are so many areas to cover. It's always good to have a niche, have something that you are known for. Even as a broker, we discussed it last time. You cannot be everywhere. You have to have something that you are known for. If you notice one of our friends that used to come here, Mr. Leonard, what he does is basically land. And even the land is in some strategic area. And he has been known for that. If you give him something, a brief that you want land in a particular area that is within his jurisdiction, he will deliver. If it is outside his jurisdiction, he will look for people who are operating in that area. So what we are saying here is that you cannot be jack of all trades and master of none. It's always good to have what? A niche. If you are renting house for people, you should be known for that. Do you understand me? Not trying to do everything that comes your way. If you try to do that, you may be disorganized. Okay, what top real estate broker? Ben Caballero is the #1 top real estate broker in the world. He is the founder and CEO of HousesUSA.com. He holds the title of the most productive real estate agent in the US and even earning recognition in the Guinness World Records. In 2023 alone, he sold a total of 7,012 homes, amounting to $3.68 billion US. He uses innovation, technology to achieve this incredible feat. So what we are trying to say is this. Why here people are saying it's hard to sell a real estate, one person in a year sells 7,012 homes. We're not talking of land here. Do you understand me? And what does he use? Simply the tools. He uses innovation and technology. So that is to tell you that the era of person-to-person discussion, going on foot to go and meet people to buy real estate is gradually facing away. And AI is now even taking over. Do you understand me? There are some tools now that you can use that will be of great help for you to, market and sell real estate. 3, real estate brokerage in Nigeria. In other clients like USA and United Kingdom, real estate brokerage is highly regulated. Brokers are licensed and operate within a state or well-defined locality. It is an offense for a broker to operate in an area outside his or her license. Certification is also done on a regular basis. So while here, anybody can just wake up and say he's a real estate broker, it's not like that in developed climes. You have to do what? Register and get a license. You need to have operating license. And for example, if you are given license to operate in Abuja and you go to Lagos and you're operating with the license you obtain from Abuja, it is an offense. Do you understand me? It's highly regulated. And they write exams. You have to write exam, be satisfied as a real estate broker before you can practice there. So in Nigeria, the Real Estate Surveyors and Valuers Registration Board of Nigeria is the body responsible for issuing licenses to brokers. Practitioners in the industry are to register with them and obtain operating license. Have you people heard of this board before? How many people have heard of it? You people know before that you need to get a license before you can practice. So please, if you want to practice as a broker, you're supposed to register and obtain license. You can be doing things and everything is working well, but it is the day that there is a problem and you now find yourself docked in the court. That's when you will know that there's law in this country. They will tell you, first of all, what you are doing is what? Illegal. So it's important that if you want to do it as a business, you understand me? It's important that you register and obtain operating license. Okay. So the profession is not regulated, which leads to anybody just waking up and becoming a broker. This has led to all kinds of unprofessional practices in the industry. So that's what we're saying. Many people are practicing without what? without license. They do all sorts of things and get away with it. But what I am trying to say here is that if you want to aim like, if you want to be like Ben Caballero, you cannot operate in that way. For you to sell 7,012 houses in a year, it means you need what? You need to have a proper structure. You have to be what? Licensed to operate. So how do you set up a real estate brokerage company in Nigeria? With over 20 million Nigerian housing deficit, there's a huge opportunity for brokers to build wealth from the profession. The following are the steps to set up a real estate brokerage firm in Nigeria. 1, you choose a business name and register it with Corporate Affairs Commission. Then you hire an office, must be in a good location. As we said when we are looking at real estate development, where you are, if you are doing real estate business, even as a broker, where your office is located is what? Is very, very important, because people who will be coming to you are what? High net worth individual. Is a high ticket transaction. So where even if as a broker, you understand me, people will be more comfortable if they come to your place, even if you are not the owner of the property, but you are helping them to do what? To buy the property. They should be comfortable that you have an office that is conducive, where they can come and meet you and locate you. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, if there is problem with the property you bought or sold to them, you are what? Their first port of call. They will come to you first and say, okay, this property, there is problem. So if you are a real estate broker and you don't have office, you can't be seen. I personally know people. When I came to Abuja new, that was 2005. I know them, they used to stay under one shade in area 2. That is their office. If you see their their shoe, that's the one Debo says, I swear to God. So they are still, operating at what? That level. Do you understand me? But I know people that they have moved on. In fact, they have left real estate brokerage and became developers. Some of them are doing very well. In fact, they leveraged on the experience they got when they were doing a real estate broker to now build their own brand. Do you understand me? Many people are like that. So if you, what we are trying to say here is this: you can, if you are doing it on part-time, good and fine. But as I said before, even if you are doing on part-time, get your company registered. It is very, very important. These days, when people start to hear of registering a company, they will think it's something so big. It's not. It's not. If you can't register a limited liability company, register what? An enterprise. And with something like 60,000 naira, you are good to go. And it will give you opportunity to, everything you'll be doing what? In your company name. People are more comfortable with that than doing business with an individual. And if you are an individual practicing a real estate brokerage, there's a limit to where you can go. There's somebody who will go, you say, is your company registered? You say, no, I'm just trying to register. I just tell you, say, okay, I want to deal with what? Company. Do you understand? Okay. So, you create a website, have email address, social media handles, obtain required qualification and what? Certification. Do you understand me? There are some agencies, if you begin to talk of now, let's say all these international agencies, say you want to do business with UNICEF, World Bank, UNESCO, you can't do business with them if you are not registered. In fact, if you see, last time we tendered for job with UNICEF, if you see their pre-qualification document, it's really heavy. So those are some of the things, benefits you will get if you properly set up your company and you are registered. Then acquire communication equipment and tools, open at least 2 bank accounts in the company name, hire necessary support staff, especially for filing and record keeping. So you can imagine if somebody, let us not even go to the person that sold 7,012 homes in a year. If you have to do like 1,000 homes, your company want to do like 1,000 homes in a year. Do you know the amount of documentation that you have to handle? Because it means, one, you need to keep track of all the title documents. You have to keep record of who made this request. Did you honor it? There are a lot of records to keep. Do you understand? So that is what will actually differentiate you from the ordinary person on the street. Because I have seen some, when we are looking for property to buy, we call somebody, say, okay, this is what we want to buy, or the person advertised on a platform, we saw it and we contacted him. You call the person, discuss with him, the person will tell you, I will get back to you. That will what? Be the end. Is that a good, can you do like that and make this kind of sales? So you need to what? Have staffs that will keep record. This person called, we are supposed to give him or her feedback so and so date and stuff like that. So record keeping is very, very important. Remember that somebody can even give you what? The original papers of his property. So if you don't keep the record, fine. And the person comes back, somebody can give you a property to sell for him or her. 1 year, 2 years, he come back, you have no sold this. You say, give me back the papers. And you say you cannot find it. Won't you be in serious trouble? So please, record keeping and filing is very important. Then develop a business plan and then you launch your business. So what we are trying to say here is this. Anything worth doing is what? Worth doing well. If you want to be a real estate broker, and as I keep on saying, please, this training you are having, try to extend it to people around you. If you want to do well in business, set up a system, a structure that works. Don't just say, advise people you know that are in this kind of business. Don't just be like a roadside somebody. You see them, somebody 2005, the way he was in 2005. That's how he's still today. So, it's not the best way to go. So, if you want to go into it, set up your structure very well, and you make money from the business. Okay, so as a real estate broker, what are your roles? Understanding the roles of real estate broker, both to the seller and the buyer, will help one distinguish he or herself and succeed in the business. It is essential that a broker perform these roles effectively. So we're still talking about the same thing, distinguishing yourself from others. What distinguishes you? Some brokers, they will sell one property in 1 year. In fact, 2 years is only one property they sold. But some brokers are selling property every month. Do you agree or not? So what happens? Is the way packaging, the way the person did something to distinguish him or herself. And you start by what? Knowing your rules. So, role to a property seller. So what we are trying to say here is this. If you are a real estate broker, what are you supposed to do to the seller? Somebody brought his property for you to sell for him or her. What is the person's expectation? Do you understand? One, conduct research and advise on asking price. Online listing platforms is a good tool for this. In most cases, I will tell you, like the person that brought his property in Cuba to sell to us to sell for him, he don't know how much the property will fetch in the market. Do you understand me? So it is your job. If somebody come and say, as a broker, bring property for you to sell for him or her, you are the one who is to evaluate the property and advise him or her on the price. Of course, somebody can come and say, this is what I want to sell my property. You don't have to argue with him. But it is your job to carry out what? Research. And tell him, say, within this area, with this type of your property, this is how much this property can fetch for you. Do you understand me? If the person say no, I want higher money, good and fine. You tell him it's okay. We'll put the property in the market. But if you're able to do this research and advise the person, it will make your job what? A bit easier. Do you understand me? You can tell the person that, this is what the property will fetch, and you can show him or her evidence. How do you do this? Online listing platforms. You take, for example, Nigerian Property Center. If the house is in Gariki, you understand, you can go online, check the properties they have in Gariki that is close or the same thing with what you want to sell, and tell the person this is what the property can fetch him or her. Do you understand? You are to give the person expert advice. So prepare the property for inspection. Advertise the property on multiple channels, television, radio, billboards. Put for a sale sign on the property. List the property on multiple platforms, especially online. Introduce the property to other brokers for collaboration to sell quickly. Present offers from buyer to the seller. Negotiate terms of conditions of sale. Assist in structuring sales agreement. All these things, if you are practicing as a professional, these are the things you will do. Do you understand me? You don't just do what? Concentrate on sale for commission. We know that even in some cases, some real estate brokers, they even advise the person to jack up the price of the property so that they will collect what? Bigger commission. And the property can be there for another 1 year, 2 years, they have not sold it. So, professionalism, these are the things you are supposed to do. Of course, depending on locality and where the type of property, you can do more than this. For example, open house. You understand? Arrange for open house so that people can inspect and see the property. Okay, so to the buyer, your role as a real estate broker, you get a brief from the buyer. Pay attention to his or her priorities, especially budget. Don't work on open budget. Do you understand me? I think we have discussed this before. If somebody tell you, I want to buy a house in my Tama, what is your budget, open budget? You are just going to waste your time. So you get brief from him, pay attention, and please, if the person has given you his or her budget, try to find the person a property that is within the budget the person has given you. If you have property that are of higher value, don't try to push the person or stretch the person. Say, okay, I have this one, it can do for you, is fine. The person will start looking at you as somebody who is just interested on you, on yourself, or somebody who is selfish. Do you understand? So don't coerce people to do something above their budget. That's what I'm basically saying here. Okay, contact listing agent to check property that match the buyer's brief. Arrange and show the property, show the buyer the property. Keep buyers abreast of new property in the market in his or her area of choice. Suggest financing options. Assist in writing purchase offer and present it to the seller. Negotiate with the seller on his or her behalf. Remember, the buyer is relying on your expertise. You must get the buyer the best deal possible. So can you imagine if somebody told you to help him or her buy a property, at the end of the day, after the deal and everything, you find out that the property was overpriced. Do you understand me? The person will not be happy, especially if he or she finds out that he paid more than he's supposed to have paid. Do you understand me? So in most cases, because it's not the way we do things here, is not really the normal way they practice this real estate brokerage. Do you understand me? Even commission in other clients is regulated. you cannot charge above certain percentage. You understand me? So please, if somebody give you a brief, is relying on you. The person is giving you something what? On trust. Is giving you assignment on trust. At the end of the day, if he or she find out that the value of the property is what he or she paid is higher than what is supposed to be, the person will not be happy with you, and you have closed the door for that. And you have lost the trust, everything. So please, you need to be careful. Okay. So provide buyers information to other third parties involved in the transaction. Example, his or her lawyer, mortgage officer. You must get the buyer's approval to do this. You know that there are some deals, real estate transaction, that other people are what? Involved. The person may be buying through what? Mortgage. The person may be, his or her lawyer may be involved. So you need to, provide those other people with information about the buyer. You need to get what? The person's consent. It's very, very important. But it is your duty to let those other parties involved know certain information about the person. If you said, okay, this lawyer is asking for this so and so information, should I give the person? If the buyer says no, you don't disclose the information. Do you understand me? Don't, in desperation to make say and start giving information that you are not supposed to do what? Give out. It will put you what? In trouble. Okay. So review disclosure statement and advise the buyer on problem with the property, if any. Do you people know what is called disclosure statement? Do anybody know? Disclosure statement just simply means is information about the property which is not made public. Do you understand me? For example, somebody can tell you, sell this house to me, but this house, I have used it to collect loan. I'm giving an example. Okay, what we are going to do is that the loan I collected is not up to the amount for the property. So what we are going to do is that if I sell the property, it is from the proceed that I will pay the person that gave me loan. There could be a situation like that. So this kind of information you need to inform, like for example, the lawyer. Do you understand me? Or this property, there have been some structural issues before. Because why we are saying this is this. You know that here, people do things at way. So, but in other places where things is done the way it's supposed to be, if you put up your property for sale, if there's any issue with the property, you have to what? Disclose it. Do you understand me? You have to, even your listing, you have to let it know. But here, things are not structured. You can do all sorts of things, but it's not the best way to go. Then manage all contingency issues. Arrange with all parties involved to schedule the closing and then participate in the closing. Closing is basically the final arrangement to make the sale, for money to exchange hands. So you have to be involved in this. Because if there's problem tomorrow, they will call you. Okay, essential skills to succeed as a real estate broker. Good product knowledge. We cannot emphasize this enough. You must be ahead of your prospect in terms of knowledge. You must know what you are marketing. Do you understand me? You must know it inside out. For example, if somebody asks any of you now, what is the floor area of 2-bedroom terrace duplex in the Mark Royal Estate, Kagini? Do anybody know? It's because you are curious now. Marketing manager. What is that for 3-bedroom terrace? That is the floor of the ground. I'm talking of the area of the building. I'm talking, you fed it. I'm talking of the area of the building. The area of the plot is 180, but the building itself is how many square meter? The ground floor and first floor. So please, good product knowledge. You must know. Because you can meet somebody who is very, very experienced. These are the things that the person will ask you. That's what we mean by product knowledge. Even if you don't know, like we did our brochure, you should have it handy so that if there's anything, you can easily go through it or even show the person will see the sizes. Because the space arrangement of how the person is going to make use of the house, some people is of priority to them than any other thing. As we said the other time, somebody will want a place, want to work remotely from his house. So the person is looking for what? Very large rooms that he can put a table and chair and work from home. Do you understand? So, so many other things, all the facilities. If the person asks you, is it a smart home? Is our property a smart home? So you should know all those things. So good personality. We all know that honesty and integrity, digital ability, efficient communication, networking ability, good negotiation ability, analytical skill, dedication and hard work, ability to obtain data and process it as useful information. These are all essential skills. Of course, there are other ones you can add to this, but these are basically for you to do very well. Do you understand me? Not that you are a real estate broker who is staying under the tree, under the shade. If you want to practice and do like the man that broke Guinness World Record, you need some of these skills. You need all plus addition to this. Okay. Okay, so key takeaways. Real estate brokerage is a noble profession and can be used to build wealth. Please, what I'm saying here is that we shouldn't practice real estate brokerage the way some people do it in this country. Do you understand me? So if you want to go into it, take it serious, properly set up a company and the structures in place, embrace technology and innovation, invest heavily on personal development trainings, be up to date with industry trends, be reasonable in your fees. They are what? Negotiable. You see some advice, somebody will say is a 10%, not negotiable. Even in other places where you can't charge a certain fee, you can still negotiate what is chargeable. Do you understand me? Okay. So register with relevant professional and regulatory bodies, abide by code of conduct and ethics of the profession. So if you register with the body I mentioned earlier, their code of what? Ethics. There are rules guiding their operation. You don't just have to do whatever you want. Okay, partnership opportunity with Demand Group. As a fast-growing real estate development company, we can partner with you as an independent sales executive. Some of our products are premium properties that attract premium clients. So benefits of partnering with Demand: commission on sales, free access to our marketing and promotion materials, opportunity to participate in our training program for free, free access to latest industry knowledge, opportunity to win fantastic prizes as best performing sales executive. So you can visit our website to register, or you call this number displayed on the screen. So this is where we draw the curtain today on real estate brokerage as a means of generating wealth through real estate. Thank you and good luck in your endeavors.